Hey Joe, long time no see. What are all these boxes doing here?
Oh, hello, Mr. Patman. It's actually your latest DVD, and I'm sharing them with my network. I'm so excited. I'm shipping these out to Africa. I got some for Asia. I got Australia over here. Look at all these for going to America.
Unbelievable, Joe. I'm so happy to find out that you're distributing our training material all over the world. I need more people like you out there in our network. And if you keep up this good work, I'm very sure that next year V Studios are going to create so much more. Hello? Mods? Yeah, I'm coming. I'm just around the corner. 15 minutes, I'll be there. Same place. See you there. Bye. Where did I put it? Where is it? Ah, here it is. Well, guys, I've got some great news and some bad news. I just met an IR called Joe, and I just found out that the past 1 year we have distributed over 5 million of my DVDs all over the world. The bad news is V Studios is shutting down tomorrow. Remember, guys, duplicate good deeds, not DVDs. Buy original. Hi guys, it's me, your upline and chief, Patman. And I'm making this video for a very simple reason. This is actually a remake of a video I made in 2004. So I was sitting in the office the other day and I was going through YouTube, okay, and I found one of my videos in the worst production environment, okay. There was a red curtain and a small whiteboard, okay. And the title of the video is called Keeping It Simple or Keep It Simple, something like that. And I sat down with a lot of discipline for 1 hour and listened to myself, okay? And I realized it was one of the most amazing videos. As a networker, I would truly appreciate a video like that. So I decided to go through that video yesterday, today, and try to make a remake of that video which Patman Senatiraja did in 2004. I was slimmer, alright, but the good news is I'm better looking today, I believe, okay? Alright, that video was amazing, a long time ago, so this is a little bit part of history which I'm bringing back into your living room or your iPad or your laptop, wherever you're watching this today, alright? Now, I've been in this industry for so long, okay, 14 years, and I think people change, and I have changed. Thinking back to the way I started and who I am today, thanks to my mentor, Dr. Vijay Ishwaran, who has been massively involved in my growth of change. All right? When I looked at that video, the good news is I haven't changed that much on my principles of networking. 2004, 2012, all right? My concept of networking has been consistent, proving that you don't need to be a genius to be a networker. You just need a little bit of knowledge, you need to apply it, okay? Now, all of you out there today have so much knowledge at your fingertips from books on network marketing or the internet, all right? And I realize that that is a problem today because a lot of people tend to want to learn so much and try to be an expert in the industry, and then they don't know what to do. Because if you think about it, all this knowledge you accumulate, there is no filter to tell you what is really a necessity and what is not necessary. Okay, and what you do, you jumble all your knowledge together which you have learned and you try to apply it and you fail. Alright, now over the years, 14 years, I realized that our business is not complicated, it is simple. Alright, QNet today has grown into a huge company with over 8.5 million networkers in the V family and QNet. And how did we do it? It wasn't rocket science, it's simple. So today I wanted to keep it simple. So this video, I'll call it Keep It Simple, alright, to be at the same title as 2004, is to show you the 4 pillars the 4 areas of focus. Ultimately, that's all you need to focus on. And if you focus on these 4 areas consistently, right, you're going to see tremendously positive results on your commission, on your BV, all right, on your group, your organization being more switched on, all right. Now, the first pillar, all right, which I'm most excited about, so I'm going to write here, all right, keep it simple, okay. I think it's a brilliant, okay, title, right. This is what I want to talk about. Keep it simple, okay. Now the first pillar, which I was watching on the video, I'm going to narrate this a little bit, okay, because I watched the video, I come here, I'm not going to exactly be able to duplicate it. So I'm going to tell you a little bit recollection what I thought about the video, okay. The first pillar which I focused, all right, from the day I signed up until today, I have not changed, if you realize that, is the first rule of network marketing is you must never, all right, switch off. Okay? Now, why? Why must you never switch off? Now, this is something everyone talks about, all right? Everyone talks about this, okay? But they really don't understand what it means. Now, everyone tries to define this concept. And I realized when I was watching my video, keep it simple, the concept is very simple, all right? It's a general principle that you must never switch off. So if you ask me, Patman, what was your secret of success? Because everywhere I travel, people ask me this question, all right? And I tell you, people ask me intensely, okay? After a training, they grab me and say, Chief, tell me, what is your secret of success? Chief, please tell me, what is your secret of success? On stage, when I do Q&A, they ask me, Chief, what is your secret of success? It's not easy to answer that question. There's so many elements to it. But over the years, I have summarized it to how I network, all right? How I network from 1998, all right, until I retired at the age of 30, all right, 7 years, how I chose to network, all right? My principle, my philosophy of networking was based on this simple concept that you never switch off. Now, what does it mean? Does it mean that somebody signs up today and you grab him by the collar and say, listen, you must do this business 7 days a week, 24 hours a day? Now, no one is going to stay in your organization. They're going to run, right? Because networking, you can't bring a brand new person and scare the person, right, that he has to now be completely switched on from the first day he signed up. Don't sleep, don't eat, don't get married, don't do anything, and focus completely. Now, what is the concept of never switch off? Never switch off means here. Now, I take breaks. I go for weddings, all right? But when I go for a wedding, I don't switch off. My radar is on. I'm looking at everyone. If I meet somebody new, I shake hands, okay? I give my name card and I get his name card. And I remember watching the video, what I said there. A networker is not defined by how many cards you give out, because that's easy. You can wait in the local bus stop and give your name card to everyone and smile like a moron. You understand? That doesn't count. A networker is defined by how many name cards, how many contacts that he collects. Like rule number 2, increase your name list by 10% every month. All right? And I realized that wherever I went, whatever I did, I was completely on networking mode, because I am a networker, and a networker never switches off. So wherever I go in the networking mode, I'm shaking hands, I'm getting name cards, I'm asking, what do you do for a living? Hi, this, that, right? I can attend a wedding and walk away with 50 name cards. I can go to a hotel and walk away with 5 name cards. I can attend a friend's child's birthday party and walk away with 20 contacts. I can walk into a mall and walk away with 20 contacts. Now, are you doing that? Right? Because never switch off means you are perpetually in this mode that you have accepted the fact that you are a networker. Now, over the years, 14 years, I've traveled the world and I meet some new networkers, I meet some old networkers, I meet some old friends who are no longer active, or some people who have quit. All right? Now, let me make it very clear to you. Okay? People walk up to me every day and say, you know, Chief, I tried networking. I was committed. I was serious. I followed the 8 basic building blocks. I did rule 3, but I failed. Now let me make something very clear to you. You cannot fail in network marketing. It is an impossibility. All right, no failing in network marketing, only quitting. So all these people who claim they fail, all right, all these people who have been with me for maybe 10 years ago, 9 years ago, who walk up to me today and say, oh, it doesn't work. Why? I failed. No, you quit. That's a big difference. And I confront them immediately. I say, no, you did not fail. You quit. You gave up. All right? I remember back this story, watching the video, a story Dato Vijay told me. He defined to me what I need to do, all right, okay, in network marketing. He said, your journey in network marketing is like pushing a car which the battery is dead. Now imagine this, okay? We all have done it. I have done it in the past. Hopefully I don't have to do it today with the cars I own, right? But you generally, you push, okay? And everyone knows this. You experience this. What is the hardest part of pushing a car which battery is dead? The beginning. The beginning, you are suffering. You look like you're going to the toilet. You understand? You're like, ah. I remember Dato defining to me what network marketing is, defining to me the journey. And he explained it in perfection. He said, Patman, it's like pushing a car which battery is dead, engine is dead. And I'm sure you and I and everyone else have done this at some point of your life, okay? Hopefully I don't have to do it today with the new cars we own and all that. But I really connected to that message from Dato because I've experienced it personally, right? When you're pushing a car, which is the hardest part? The beginning. When you push the car at the beginning, it looks like you want to go to the toilet. Do you realize that? You're pushing it, you're going like, ah. But do you realize that after pushing for 1 meter and the car gains momentum, right? And after a few meters, you literally can run next to the car with one finger, right? And the car will keep moving, okay? Because the car has gained momentum. Now, what a lot of people do in networking is they quit, they take a break, they switch off at many points of their journey. So if somebody signs up today and is very committed for 2 months, okay, and then here he takes a 1 week, break and switches off, and then he starts again, committed, serious, okay, for another 2 months, all right? And then he takes a break and he goes another 2 months, and this is where he switches off. Now what this means is what he's doing in comparison to pushing the car is very simple. You push the car, it's starting to move, and you stop. Moronic. And then you start again, you push the car, and you stop. And then you start again, you push the car, then you stop. In 10 meters, you're going to die of a heart attack, guaranteed. Because what you are repeating the toughest part again, and again. Right? So what happens is after 1 year, you are tired, you are frustrated, you don't see the results you want, and then what do? You quit. You quit and go and tell the whole world networking doesn't work. Alright? That's what a lot of newbies do. Because they don't understand, or you didn't teach them, alright, that the simple philosophy is you never switch off. You must constantly stay switched on. And you see, today I am traveling around the world talking to people. I'm a little bit aggressive in my approach. Alright, I say what I feel, I say what I think without worrying about the consequences. Alright, and I tell people you must be switched on even when you go on holidays. And a lot of people have come up to me and said, oh, Chief, I'm part-time, blah, 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 all of that. Alright, fair enough. Alright, I remember, okay, when me, my family, and everyone else went for a holiday to New Zealand. And my mom, Amma, was with us at that time. And she basically, on the flight, flying from Kuala Lumpur to Auckland, already told us, listen, we are going on a family holiday. No business nonsense, no business presentation. I don't want you going missing, doing training, right? Nothing. We are here on family holiday. We all hold hands and sing Kumbaya happily, okay? So we landed in the airport. We say, okay, ma, we all agree. We landed in the airport, got into a taxi. Indian guy from India driving the taxi in Auckland. And what happens? It's here, It's a little itch. You cannot keep quiet. You cannot sit down quietly. You have to ask. You're a born networker. You are switched on all the time. I say, excuse me, how long have you been driving a taxi? How's life? Is it tough? New Zealand, blah, blah, blah. Are you earning enough money? Everything. 15 minutes. Alright, we did our networking magic. Okay, next day, quietly met him for coffee. During my whole stay in New Zealand, 2 weeks, we signed up 14 people on a holiday. Why? Because Patman Senatiraja at that time had one strong philosophy. Never, never, never switch off. So today, I'm not telling you become a maniac networker, okay? It's a good thing, but not everyone is going to be a maniac networker, alright? But I'm just telling you that in order for you to achieve success today in QNet, in order for you to achieve success, alright, in this company alone is a perfect example of never switch off. Because Dato Vijay, Joseph Bismarck, our founders, alright, okay, never switched off. They consistently focus on building this company, and that's why today we are one of the biggest, strongest network marketing organizations in the world. The principle doesn't only apply to a networker, it applies to everyone, okay? The principle applies to everyone. Now, what is the weakness? When you switch off, you start again. You switch off, you start again. And I'm talking about switching off here. So there are a lot of people who are actively networking, going for training, attending all their systems in their organization, following their uplines, but here they switched off. Right? That means none of those will benefit them. No amount of knowledge will benefit you. No amount of training will benefit you. No amount of sitting down anywhere will benefit you. Alright? And I believe that you need a balance. You need a balance of your activities. So I'm not telling you to run around everywhere and collect name cards and give name cards and become some psychotic salesman. I'm telling you, create activities which make it fun for you to be switched on. Because at home on the weekend, on Sunday, you might be staring at the ceiling. It's a waste of time. Invite all your leaders over for a potluck, for dinner. Sit down, talk about dreams, talk about plans, talk about strategies. All right? Make it part of your family concept. All right? That means you, your wife, your kids, watch a training DVD. Most probably by Patman Senatiraja. That will keep your family very entertained. Okay? All right? And use all these techniques, use all these activities to help you stay switched on. This first pillar of never switch off is a fundamentally important pillar. And I want you to remember this. If ever you ask me, what is your secret of success, Chief? My answer is very simple. Never, never, never switch off. And I want to leave you with this pillar, alright, with a quote I read when I was very young, which means a lot to me, okay? Which simply says, if you don't quit, you will make it. Alright? What does it mean? This is a perfect statement for networking, okay? Alright? If you don't quit, you will make it. What it simply means is, for you to achieve financial freedom, for you to achieve your dreams, just remember this. If you don't quit, you will make it. Right? Quitting is not an option. Stopping is not an option. Switching off is not an option. So simply put, if you don't quit, you will make it. So remember, the first pillar, keeping it simple, the first pillar is a very simple philosophy which you must practice every single day of your life as long as you want to be on this journey. Don't be the guy who pushes the car, stops, pushes the car, stops, pushes the car, stops. Because the car is going to move that much and you're going to be dead tired, frustrated, angry, and you're going to die. Alright? Keep pushing. And eventually that car will gain momentum, or your organization will gain momentum, where you can just put one finger and keep running with it. And that's financial freedom. Alright? And the simple rule is never, 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 never switch off. Okay? Right? Now let's talk about the second pillar. Now I have traveled around the world and I have learned from the best networkers, and I have learned so much from Dato Vijay Ishwaran, right, my upline mentor. Okay? And I realized that there's one very unique thing about network marketing. There's one very unique concept in network marketing which a lot of people don't talk about. Right? A lot of people don't talk about and don't want to talk about because they believe it's a little bit uncomfortable. They believe not everyone has bought into this concept, okay? But I am a firm believer in the second pillar. I'm a firm believer that this is one of the fundamental foundations of network marketing. It's a foundation of our industry. It's a foundation of companies all around the world. It's the old school foundation of our industry. And from 1998 until today, I practice it with great focus, all right? I practice it in practical aspects of my life today, all right? In network marketing, in the concept of in-service or ISB, all right? And I really want you to focus on this topic, okay? The second pillar, all right, is something you may know about, but you may not be practicing it with the right mindset or understanding it. It's simply called edification, okay? Edification. Now this is something, all right, you have heard of, your upline spoke about, but you need to understand what it's about, all right? Now, unlike other industries out there, we don't walk around with titles which the world understands, okay? If you walk around today and you say Dr. Patman Senatiraja, automatically there is a certain level of respect in society. If you walk around and say you are Sir Patman Senatiraja, knighted by the Queen of England, all right, you never know, it may happen one day, okay? And then people understand, well, this guy must be important, he must be successful, or he must have done something great. But in network marketing, you don't walk around with anything. You walk around with a smile on your face, all right? Okay, you shake hands, but nobody outside in the common world would know you, all right? And the new prospect or people who are new won't know you, all right, or who you are. For example, all right, edification is something which built me up, all right? When my downlines, okay, from Sati to Giri to Dave, all right, Devaraj, Rosli, when they were actively my downlines, today they're all big, financially free, AVP, VCs and all that. But when they started, they were simply my downlines, okay? All right, moron with a dream. Morons with dreams, okay? All right, and they built me up with this concept of edification. Now, what is edification? A lot of people have tried to define it, but I want you to define it so you understand it and you buy into it and you accept it and practice it, okay? I don't want you to fake it, okay? Edification is a concept of empowering people. See, no one sees this, all right? Edification is clearly a concept of empowering people, empowering your uplines and empowering your downlines, all right? I hate people who want to be edified, okay, but don't know how to edify, all right? Now, edification is divided to two aspects, okay? It's always divided to two aspects. The first aspect is action, all right? The second aspect is words, all right? The first aspect is action, the second aspect is words. Now, let me explain. Action is very simple. Now, many times in Malaysia, in the early days, 1998, I used to sit down with a group of prospects or even brand new IRs. And that time, our upline, my upline, was Dato Vijay. At that time, he was Mr. Vijay. All right? Why? Because I'm directly referred by him in the company. Okay, my upline is the V, is the company. Okay? All right? And he was my working upline. And I worked very hard on the concept of edification of Dato Vijay. All right? But a lot of people didn't know him in 1998. He wasn't speaking in the European Parliament in 1998. He wasn't in the World Economic Forum, in the Forbes magazine, recognized. All right? And not many people knew him. The same way nobody knew me. Okay? And in 1998, 1999, we used to sit down in coffee shops, because Malaysia, we used to show the plan in coffee shops and all that. All right? And I used to sit down with 3-4 prospects, and Dato would come to the same coffee shop. And the minute he walks in, what do you do? All right? You stand up? No. You jump up. All right? I would immediately jump up and say, Mr. Vijay, please pull a chair. All right? Or give him my chair and stand and later grab my chair. Now, why? All right? Firstly, I respect him. All right? That's genuine. Okay? I love the man. I respect the man. I am who I am today because of him. Okay? But why also I do it is because I need to empower him. I need to empower his voice to 4 people who do not know him. And when they see me jump up, give him my chair, make sure he has something to drink, and later pull up a chair for myself, immediately in any country, in any part of the world, what's the message these 4 prospects get? Hey, this guy is important. Look at how Patman behave. Alright, Patman was talking about how successful he is, but he basically jumped up and gave the chair to this man. Let's shut up and listen to this man. So what I have done in edification by action, alright, is automatically empower Dato Vijay. Alright, empower him so his voice will be effective to 4 people who don't know him. Alright, and it's a practice I practice today. I can be sitting with a minister, prime minister, whoever. Dato Vijay walks in, I jump up. Alright, my upline has arrived. I give him my chair. Alright, I make sure he has a glass of water. And I'm sitting there as a V partner, as a director. Alright, and the minister is confused. I don't care. Edification is in my blood. Alright, and Dato Vijay will always be edified by me. Alright, till my last days. Okay, and edification by action is extremely powerful. Like for example, today, funny, okay, in 1998 I used to walk into a restaurant or something, nobody knows me. Today, for some reason, a lot of people know me, okay, and I can walk into a restaurant and immediately a table of networkers will stand up and say, Chief, please come have a seat. What do you want to drink, Chief? What do you need? And other people around the restaurant will look around and say, hey, who is that guy? And when I leave, they walk up to this group and say, hey, who was that guy just now? Oh man, that's Patman Senatiraja. He's our upline. He's the MD of the V. He's a V partner. And it opens up the door for you to get prospects. Right? Think about it, okay? It's a 100% win-win situation. So edification by action, right, is fundamentally important. Okay? Now next, edification by words. So you understand action, alright? Don't sit down when your upline walks in. Stand up. Give him your chair. Alright? Okay? Because your upline needs to be empowered to be effective as what he does. Okay? His voice must be empowered by your actions. Alright? And to create a certain perception in the crowd. Okay, this guy is not a nobody. He's a somebody. Let's shut up and listen to the guy. Okay? To make him effective. To empower him. Now words is my favorite. Okay? Let me give you a perfect example which I did in the video in 2004. Alright? Let's say today there's 200 people in the room and Dato Vijay is going to come and speak. Right? I can go up there and say, and these 200 people don't know him. Alright? In 1998, 200 people won't know who Mr. Vijay is. Alright? So I would go up on stage and say, what if I did plan A? Okay, this is plan A. I go up on stage and I say, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to say a few words, Mr. Vijay. And I go and sit down. Alright? Totally ineffective. Because he's going to come up, my upline, stand there and speak. People are not going to be focused, not going to know what's going to happen, doesn't give two hoots about what he's saying. So my actions, my words did not empower him to be effective at what he does. Now if I come up on stage and say, ladies and gentlemen, today it gives me great privilege and great honor, alright, to introduce up here in the next few minutes a man who's going to share his wisdom with all of you, his knowledge, his concepts of success. I am here today because of this man. If not for him, alright, I would still be a nobody. I would still be broke. I attribute all my success financially and as a person to him being there for me, guiding me, teaching me. Today, all over the world, he is renowned as the greatest networker the industry has ever seen. Alright, so once again, please stand. Alright, put your hands together for the one and only Mr. Vijay Ishwaran, or today I would say Dato Vijay Ishwaran. Alright, now think, two complete different scenarios. Alright, based on my second introduction, my second edification of Dato, alright, 200 people are going to shut up and listen. They're going to take notes. Alright, because they know me. For the fact that I have edified this man to that level, right, it makes him so powerful to come up. He is powerful, but to 200 strangers, I have to edify. Edification is fundamentally important by words. Now, edification happens everywhere. Sometimes I walk in a restaurant and I see my downline showing a plan, and he stands up and introduces me to the prospect and said, this is my upline, very successful guy in network marketing. He's a tremendously powerful trainer, blah, blah. I said, hi, Patman, nice meeting you. Alright, and let's say this is Dave. Okay, now edification is not one way, edification is both ways. Equally at that time, I have to edify Dave. I have to say, listen, Ranjan, alright, he's one of my most powerful generals, a proven success story in network marketing today. right? You're very lucky that he's sitting here today and showing you this great opportunity called QNet. I want you to listen to every word he says because he has the experience, he has the wisdom. He's one of my best generals I have today. All right, it was a pleasure meeting you. Dave, go ahead, show him, And that's edification of Dave. So a lot of people feel edification is one way. Then you're driven by your ego. If you are a leader who demands for edification, but you don't know how to edify your downlines, and you don't edify anyone upline, all right, then it's wrong. You're driven by ego, all right, and you will collapse as a networker. So before I want to be edified, I must make sure I'm edifying somebody. And 14 years, if you have watched me anywhere in the world, I go up on stage without fail and edify my mentor, Dato Vijay Ishwan. Now, edification by words or action must also be genuine. Right? This is where there is a confusion. It's a tool to empower people, but you can't do it 100% fake. I can't jump up, right, if I hate the person. Cannot. Right? But you must edify based on some level of genuine feelings from your heart, that you appreciate the person, or not people can sense that you're not real, that you're faking it. Right? So for example, an edification must be based on the truth. So for example, if you're going to edify somebody to come up and speak on stage, and the guy is not a good public speaker, but they want to hear his story, he wants to share his experience, you don't come up and say, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome up on stage. Your edification must be based on the truth. So for example, if I'm going to invite somebody to come up and speak, right, and that person is so scared about public speaking, rarely comes on stage, that his third time to come and tell his success story, maybe he's earning big checks very fast and he's a great networker, great upline, maybe he's a great networker, great upline, right? I'm not going to go up and say, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome up on stage a great speaker, one of the most renowned international world-class public speakers I've ever seen in my life. He will come up here and mesmerize all of you. Put your hands together for Ranjan, for example. Alright? Now, let's say Ranjan comes up on stage and he's like shaking with his knee and his hands, excuse me, ladies, ladies, and that means your edification is wrong. It doesn't connect. Now, if I want to edify somebody, right, who's afraid of public speaking, I say, ladies and gentlemen, it's a privilege for you to see him on stage today, because he doesn't usually come up on stage. He's the master of one-on-one, like Japa does Bismarck. You put him anywhere in the world, he sits down with a president and he'll sign up the president. But today I wanted you to hear his success story, his journey, because his journey has inspired people all around the world. So be nice, all right, but give him a big round of applause, the one and only, Mr. Bismarck, for example, all right? And all of us were at that stage. All right? But edification, all right, must be based on truth, must be genuine. And it's there for a purpose. It's a tool in network marketing. All right? It is there to empower the person you're edifying. It is there to empower your downlines you're edifying. It is one of the most powerful foundations of this industry. And you must understand the importance of this. You must understand it is a necessity, not a luxury. It is something you must apply, must implement, must do. All right? It's part of this industry. It's a fundamental part of this industry. And you must understand that edification, all right, is a necessity for you to achieve success in network marketing, for you to achieve success in QNet. All right? And I've given you a little bit of knowledge how you apply it. But to me, this is one of the pillars of this industry. Right? So first you have never switch off, which I explained to you, and then you have one of my favorites. I can go on for 3 hours on edification. Maybe I'll redo another video on edification. But number 2, the second pillar, edification. Fundamentally important. Make sure you practice it, all right, and apply it to your organization. Now I've shared with you 2 pillars. This third pillar is, I believe, a very important aspect of your journey in network marketing, your journey of success in QNet, okay? This is about a working relationship, right? This is the most mysterious, most unbelievable, but the most important relationship you will maintain, all right? Is the relationship between the upline, all right, and the downline. Now, I don't like using the word upline, downline much, okay? I prefer using the word business partners, my family, because I don't think we should bring somebody or down to the level of, you know, like TCO, HA7776, okay, for example. A lot of people introduce their downlines. Oh, this is my TCO left, this is my TCO right. Wake up and smell the coffee. They are your partners. They're your business partners. They're going to be working by your side for the next 5, 7, 10 years. Okay, they're going to be fundamentally important in you achieving financial freedom. All right, but this relationship of upline downline has become one of the biggest mysteries in our industry. Okay, firstly, everyone needs an upline. Everyone needs an upline. Okay, and there is a misunderstanding on this concept. Everyone feels that upline means the guy who referred you. No. The key word here is everyone needs a working upline. Okay? If you don't have a working upline today, your chances of success is very slim in this industry. Your chances of financial freedom doesn't look like it's going to happen. Now, what's a working upline? A working upline is somebody you have identified to work with. Somebody who's going to guide you and focus on your success and teach you the do's and don'ts, all right, and train you and plug you into the system of the organization. Now, a lot of people are confused by this, okay? Now, let me explain clearly to you. This is you, okay? You belong to somebody's left or right. You are connected to somebody who's called your upline, all right? The person who referred you. But in many cases, this upline may not be your working upline. It could be somebody who is switched off today, all right, who quit, who's no longer around. It could be somebody who was not serious about the business to begin with, or only focus on product and not opportunity, all right, not on BV and US dollars. I always tell people, don't only focus on the product, focus on things that are more important, the BV and the US dollars, okay, all right. Now, this person has an upline, this person has an upline, and that person has an upline also up here, okay. Now, the question is, you need to identify who is your working upline. Let's say this person quit the business. This person is a 75-year-old person who just bought the biodies to use for health reasons. All right, then you have to go higher. You have to go higher. You have to go higher and higher and higher until you identify a working upline. Because without a working upline, all right, you can't do this business. Why? Because all of us need somebody to guide us. Dato Vijay is my working upline. All right, he is not my direct referral, but he's my working upline. He's up there, and I found him, and I chose him, and he chose me, and I work with him. All right. Now, a lot of people misunderstand what is this concept of working upline. A lot of people feel, oh, I don't like this concept of upline because he's like my boss. He tells me what to do. He hammers me. He pushes me out of my comfort zone. Guys, wake up and smell the coffee. We all need that. We need somebody to push us, or not we're going to switch off. We need somebody to edify. We need somebody to edify us. We can't self-edify yourself. You understand? So you need to identify and work with a working upline. Now, the duties of a working upline, all right, is always there to work with you, all right? Because he will always, or most of the time, be somebody who's been in the business longer than you, somebody who has been more successful than you, somebody who's achieved commissions, earning consistently, and must be switched on. Please don't go find a working upline who switches off more than you. That is sad, pathetic, and moronic. Right? Find and identify a working upline who's more switched on than you, or at least equally switched on than you. Right? I believe Dato is the best working upline. He's 10 times more switched on than me, and I believe I'm switched on. Alright? Doesn't allow me to switch off, pushes me, guides me, alright? Motivates me on my down days. Right? I have a bad day, I just have to pick up my phone and call Dato. Just hearing his voice pumps me up. He'll tell me 2 or 3 words. In one of those words will be moron. Trust me. Alright? And then he tells me, okay, Patman, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Alright? And come back to me tomorrow and tell me what was the results you achieved. Alright? Dato, how do I handle this guy? Very easy. You understand? Now, a working upline is not there to show the plan for you while you sit down and have tea. Hello, working upline, come, show plan. Alright? I'm going for a massage. Cannot. A working upline is there to guide you, alright? Not take over your role as an upline or to your organization. Now, this concept of working upline is fundamentally important. So, all of you out there, go find a working upline. Find somebody who's going to be your guide, All right, find somebody who's going to push you, find somebody who's going to share knowledge with you and keep you switched on. All right, so find your working upline. Go up, cannot find, go higher, cannot find, go higher, cannot find, go higher, cannot find. Don't worry, worst case scenario, eventually you come to me. Okay, I'm busy, but I'm not that busy. Okay, all right. Now, downlines. Now, another relationship is important. It's not only you looking upwards and looking for your working upline, it's also about your downlines. Now, remember, these are the people who are the most important in your journey in network marketing. Your downlines, your business partners, the people you referred directly or the people referred to your organization indirectly. All right, these are the fundamental partners you will have. Some of these people are going to spend 10, 15 years on this journey with you. Your kids are going to grow up together. All right, they're going to become closer to you than some of your family members. And that happened to me. My downlines today are part of my family. I'm godfather to their children. And it's amazing. Today I see them financially free, successful people. They send me pictures when they buy a new car. They send me pictures when they buy a new house or when they go on an amazing holiday. It makes me proud. But you have to recognize this fact, that your relationship with your downlines are going to decide your success in this business. All right? And you must see them as your partners, not as TCOs who are going to bring more BV to you. So you cannot be one of those uplines who stand there and say, go and work hard, my children, and bring me back more BV while you sit down and stare at the ceiling or watch TV. That is unacceptable. Your duties as an upline involves making sure they become successful. Because one of the greatest things I love about QNet, which Dato Vijay shared with me from day one, and that's why I signed up, he said, Patman, this is a win-win concept. It's a win-win concept. The more people you help to make money, the more money you make. So if you focus on building your downlines, all right, your income is automatically built. Now remember this. You focus on building your downlines, your commissions are automatically built. That's the beauty of QNet and the Q Infinite Comp Plan. All right, so think about it. You have downlines. Are you doing enough for them? Are you there for them? Do you have a system for them to follow? All right, are you following up on them on Rule 3 or what's your check next week? Because that relationship between you and your downlines fundamentally decide their future and your future. So you have to be a responsible upline. You have to be an effective upline. And I'm telling you, the minute you got 1 sign up, 2 sign ups, 3 sign ups, 4 sign ups, or 4,000 sign ups, can you afford to switch off? No, cannot. Because now there are many lives and many dreams who are now your responsibility. And you cannot take that responsibility lightly. So this relationship, upline, downline, is a fundamental aspect of network marketing. First, you must have a great relationship with your upline. You must identify and have a working upline who you're going to work closely with. All right? And you don't be one of these people who wait there and say, upline, are you free? Upline, I'm waiting. Don't be a moron, okay? Right? You go there and you hunt down your working upline. You knock on his door. Go stand outside his house. Say, upline, I'm here. Right? Do whatever it takes. I'll tell you a short story, okay, of my working upline. I try my best to hunt Dato Vijay down because I need guidance. I need his power. I need that passion from him to transfer to me. Right? So once I picked up the phone and I said, Dato, where are you, Dato? This is 1998. So I said, Mr. Vijay, where are you? And he said, well, I'm not in Malaysia, I'm in Singapore. If you want, come and see me. So I'm in Kuala Lumpur. Kuala Lumpur to Singapore is about 5.5 hours drive. Today, 3 hours, okay? With my R8 or something like that, maybe 2 hours, okay? But back then, it was a 5.5 hour journey, right? So I got all my leaders together and said, listen, we're going to see our working upline. Let's go. Right? We drove. We reached the Hyatt, okay? We waited at the lobby. I called him. He said, listen, Patman, I got a few corporate meetings to finish. Can you wait? Right? If you can't wait, you can go home. I said, no, Dato, wait. We waited for 4.5 hours and sat down with him for less than 20 minutes before he rushed for another meeting. But that 20 minutes with my working upline was enough to energize my organization. Next week, checks went up. Next week, everyone's commission went up. Unbelievable. Right? So you need to go and hunt your upline down. You can't sit and wait for him because he's got so many downlines to work with. You got to chase him, find time, find his time, wait for him. Arrange a teh tarik session or a tea session, a coffee shop, or go to his home at 2 in the morning and say, can I meet you? I need to discuss the strategy of my network. And the same thing applies to your downlines with you. So you must also equally be available for your downlines. Don't be one of those uplines who are ego-driven, dictatorial and sit down there and say, sorry, you cannot see me. Bodyguards in front, must set appointment. No, be open. These guys are your family. These are the people who are going to take you to financial freedom as long as you take them to financial freedom. So this relationship is a sacred relationship. Upline, downline. Find your working upline, make sure you have one, and be an effective upline to your downlines. This is the third pillar, all right? Simple to understand. Now you've seen the three pillars, okay? My favorite, never switch off. All right, edification, a fundamental foundation of network marketing, a must, a necessity, and the most sacred relationship, all right, between upline and downline. And people don't understand. They don't understand expectation. They don't understand responsibility and accountability. And that's what I wanted you to understand about upline, downline. The fourth one, which is fundamentally important, is called relational leadership. All right. Now I want you to understand this word. Okay. All right, I read a book a long time ago which spoke about the future of leadership being called relational leadership. And I will tell you why I learned this the hard way. Okay, in 1998, 1999, my network was booming. I was a leader, all right, and I was there, you know, and I built a powerful network. I was earning big money, everything, okay, all right. And then in 2000, there was some negative media in the newspaper. Why? Jealousy, politics, the same nonsense everywhere, every country in the world, okay? All right, because when we land in a country, QNet, we become huge. We break records. In Malaysia, in 11 months, we hit 16,000 new IRs. No other network marketing company has ever done that. And that creates jealousy in other companies, all right? In every country we go today, the minute QNet lands, boom, we explode. All right, that's good. But after 3 months or after 6 months of our success, then you hear this sound in every country like, it's called a mosquito company. All right, every Tom, Dick and Sally decides one day to wake up and say, QNet is successful, I'm going to copy them. I'm going to copy them. I'm going to copy them. And then suddenly you see this tons of mosquito companies arising in the same thing, and what happens to you? You panic. In most cases, you lose people. You lose your downlines to these mosquito companies. They go, they cross, right? They want they think it's more attractive, they want short-term gain, they don't analyze the company, right? No company, no mosquito company is going to last. Why? Because they don't have Dato Vijay Ishwan. They don't have our visionary, right? They have people who are there for short-term gain. They don't have networkers there. You understand? Today, I'm proud to say that because of Dato's teaching, the V has some of the most powerful, most unbelievable networkers on the planet. And I've seen them all. I've traveled the world. I've seen American companies, British companies, Asian companies. Nobody comes close to the quality of our leadership. All right? And I'll tell you why this fourth pillar of relational leadership is so important. Because in the year 2000, when this negative thing came out in the newspaper, all right, I lost a lot of my leaders, all right? Almost everyone vanished overnight. And I was shocked. I was making money, they were making money, all right? And I went to Dato Vijay and I spoke to him. I said, Dato, what happened? Everyone ran away. I had a few people who stayed with me who are today, thank God, financially free, successful in QNet, but many of them left. And I was confused. And I spoke to Dato and I'm trying to find the answer for my upline, my working upline. And I asked Dato, what happened? And Dato looked at me and said, Pataman, who did you lose and who stayed? And analyze what's the difference. And I realized the 6-7 people who stayed with me, I had great relationships with them. I knew them, we ate together, we stayed together, I knew their families, I ate in their house, we traveled together, we celebrated birthdays together, we had a great relationship. And all the people who I lost, I didn't have a relationship with them. I didn't take the effort to build that relationship with them. That's why I lost them like that. That's why mosquito companies can come and take them. And that is the day Dato Vijay taught me the greatest lesson I have learned as a networker. That being a leader means you have to establish strong relationships with your downline. You have to take the effort to know them well, to know their families, to get involved in their challenges, be there for them, right? And that's when this topic came up of relational leadership. Because there are many types of leadership today. There is dictatorial relationship, where these people go up and say, I am your upline, shut up and listen to me, all right? And all of that. And I think all of that works to a certain extent until a crisis hits, until there's negative publicity in the newspaper, until you're surrounded by mosquito companies. And when you're surrounded by mosquito companies, suddenly you're shocked, why am I losing people? Because you never took the effort to build a relationship. So I'm telling you not to repeat the mistake I made. And after the year 2000, when I rebuilt my organization, all right, I made a conscious effort, a conscious decision that I would be a relational leader, that I would build strong relationships. Because when you have powerful relationships with your leadership and it's duplicated to their downlines, you have nothing to worry about. Mosquito, honeybee, butterfly company, whatever comes, they won't leave you because you've established a relationship with them. They're no longer just your downlines, they're part of your family. And I realized that's how Dato built his organization. That today we have over 8.5 million people around the world growing every day, right? And there are mosquito companies more than 1999, more than the year 2000 in all our markets. But we don't lose our people because the V practices relational leadership. We have great relationships with our leadership, we maintain it, we sustain it. Now I want you to take this fourth pillar not only as a lesson, but I want you to practice it here, because I don't want you to go through what I went through. Alright? A smart person learns from his own mistakes. A wise person learns from other people's mistakes. So be wise and learn from my mistake. Make sure that you focus on your downlines, focus on your leadership. It doesn't have to be 200 people, because I don't think it's practical for you to build strong relationships with 200 people. But your inner circle, your first level of leadership, 10 people, 15 people, 16 people, you should have a rock solid relationship with them. Alright? And how do you do this? Alright? There's no shortcuts. You got to care. It has to be genuine. I'm not telling you to build a fake relationship. I'm telling you to build a genuine, 100% real relationship with your downlines. Alright? And I do that. I'm involved in their kids. I'm involved in their family issues. I go to their house. I eat with them. I chill with them. Right? So they know that I'm not there just for the BV. I'm not there just for the US dollars. That I'm there because I care. And most importantly, the best way for you to establish a powerful relational leadership position is to be very focused on their success. Because they need to believe that you care about their success. It's easy for you to talk about your own success, or buy a new car, or buy a new house. That's not enough. You being successful alone doesn't strengthen your relationship with people. Sometimes it even takes them further away from you. So what you have to focus on? Their success. Help them make money. That should be your focus of a relational leader. That automatically forces you to spend more time with them and strengthen that relationship. So I'm telling you, this fourth pillar is a key on retaining and sustaining your network to have consistent growth. Don't be a dictator. Don't be an arrogant, ego-driven upline. Be a relational leader. Relational leadership is the future of leadership. Right? Money cannot hold people. Not many things can hold people today, but sincere care about their success, sincere care about their well-being, being there for them when they need you, that will make you a relational leader. Alright? And that's what you have to be. Alright? And this is fundamentally important. And I guarantee you, if you practice the concept of care and establishing strong relationships with your leaders, alright, no matter what happens, newspaper, today there can be headlines about QNet, negative news. I will not lose my leadership around the world. There can be mosquito companies, all right? Attractive mosquito fly-by-night, stupid, moronic companies, my leadership will not go. Now, if you practice relational leadership with your leaders, they are going to duplicate and practice it with their leaders. And then eventually you will have a network of powerful relationships which cannot be shaken by other companies or by any form of negativity. And this is fundamentally important. So you need to focus on being a relational leader. I am seriously advising you. This is the best way to sustain a long-term organization. Because you're not here for 1 year, 2 years. You are here for 5, 7, 10 years. And you want the same people to be with you every step of their success and your success. All right? And I'm telling you this out of experience. I learned the biggest lesson in my life in the year 2000 when I lost my network. And Dato taught me the greatest lesson, relational leadership. Build your people, build your relationships. It will last for a lifetime. All right? Now, keeping it simple, these 4 pillars, I want to recap. All right? It's so simple now when I clean the board. All right? But it makes so much sense. This is all you need. This is what I practice. Personally, my concepts of focus, all right, which made me into who I am today, which gave me the success and financial freedom I have today. First, never switch off. My humble, sincere, full of love advice to you. Never, never, never switch off. Don't take a week off. Don't take a month off. Don't say I'll take a break and come back later, because it's like pushing the car, remember? Push, stop, push, stop, push, stop, die. Similarly, your network will collapse. Number 2, edification. All right? It's a concept of empowerment, not ego-driven. Remember that. It's a concept of empowerment. Action, words, sincerity, genuine, effective. It empowers your downlines, empowers your uplines to be far more effective in what they do in the QNet business. Number 3, the most sacred relationship in the world, upline, downline. Find a working upline. Be an effective upline to your downlines. But most importantly, find that working upline. If you don't have one, go up, go up, go up, go up until you find somebody who's going to be a working upline, guide you, be there for you, course correction when you're off course, you understand, giving you information, plugging you into the system. And the 4th, the long-term business, the future, what the V is about, what Dato, Vijay and Japa are about, is relational leadership. Focus on the philosophy of strengthening your relationships with your people, all right? And they will never leave you. They will stay with you till everyone is financially free. So I'm very proud that you watched this video, all right, made lately compared to the one made in 2004, all right? But when I watched that video, I realized that keep it simple, all right, was my mantra. And it is still my mantra today. As your upline, as your chief, let me tell you, keep it simple.